Creating an inclusive culture is one where everybody feels they have a contribution to make, where they feel valued and respected, and the organisation benefits as a consequence.
An inclusive workplace culture is when you walk through the door every morning and you feel that actually this is somewhere where you can genuinely be yourself and bring to work the things that you want to bring. An inclusive culture is really demonstrated by people feeling that they belong there, that they are a core part of the team, a core part of the organisation.
And we know from the data actually, where you have inclusive environments, the organisations do perform better, teams perform better, that people feel safer to speak up, there's more innovation. We actually know these things, and there's more and more data that's been collected on this over the years.
They've realised that an inclusive workforce is a happier workforce, a more productive workforce, a more creative workforce, and a workforce that is much more likely to stay. And so recruitment costs go down. So I think there are lots of commercial reasons that employers have acknowledged that means they put those inclusive policies in place.
One of the things that we can do to create a more inclusive environment is to pay attention. Pay attention to what's going on around you. Listen to what everybody is saying. Watch. How are people responding to one another? You don't need to go on a 5-day programme for this. It's just like you pay attention in the moment to what's going on around with you. You will then start creating a safer, more inclusive environment where people can participate, and then you start getting the benefits. That's where it all happens, in the moment.
The way we communicate with those around us, through our body language and tone of voice, as well as the actual words we use, is key to making those around us feel included and valued.
Morning, girls. Should we get started?
I'll show you some more of that later, yeah?
Oh yeah, do, definitely. But leave it for the project.
Yeah.
It's frustrating.
Well, hi there.
Hey.
Oh, hey Zane, thanks for that report, by the way.
Sure, no worries.
Yeah, it was awesome. Yeah.
Embedding inclusion at every stage of the recruitment and selection process ensures that organisations are getting the best people for the job and aren't allowing bias to affect hiring decisions.
Some companies take the names off of their application, so you can't actually see who the applicant is. You're purely going on their skills and their experiences when you make that decision. And I think sometimes you have that unconscious bias that we all have. And I think whatever we can do to remove that, to make people more aware of it so they're conscious of it and act against, check that at the door, I think that's all stuff that we can do to help try to overcome it.
Once people are working in the organisation, taking an inclusive approach to staff development helps to tackle barriers to progression that people from marginalised and minority groups face and make sure they achieve their potential.
It comes back to taking a person-centred approach when we are working with colleagues, employees, when we are working with service users or our patients. We need to put that person at the centre and look at that person as an individual. Now, when we have our one-to-ones, our PDRs, or appraisals, that's the time where you have that one-to-one time with your employee to get to know that person, to understand their intersectional identities, and then discuss and work in collaboration with them in how best to support that individual.
Diverse organisations with an inclusive working culture can engage with a wide range of customers and service users and are better able to design products and services that meet their needs.
If you have a broad range of people and a broad range of ideas and thoughts and opinions within your organisation itself, it's more likely you'll be able to understand the needs of your client. You'll be able to appreciate the demands and concerns that your clients have, because there's more of a likelihood that you understand the struggles, you understand their concerns, you understand what they're trying to say, because you can probably And it's not a guarantee, but you can probably relate to them that much more.
Inclusive culture is pivotal in order to get the best out of your team members. If they've got talents, especially if those talents are hidden, if you want those talents, you have to create an environment where people can genuinely be themselves.
It's creating a culture where everybody, irrespective of their background, their personality, their ethnicity, gender, whatever it is, they actually feel valued, respected in the organisation, and it assists the organisation to achieve its goals as well.